Okay, so today we're diving into the world of perfumes. And get ready for this. We're looking at it through the lens of digital marketing and AI.
Now, that's a combo you don't see every day.
Exactly. Our source material comes from Inna Piven, who's an expert in digital marketing and AI. But here's the twist. She's also a total perfume enthusiast.
It sounds like someone who knows how to blend the art and science.
Right. And she uses her perfume knowledge to teach about things like branding and storytelling, which I think is super fascinating.
I'm already intrigued. So, what are some of the key insights she shares?
Well, one thing she talks about that I think a lot of people can relate to is the whole idea of gifting perfume.
Yeah, that can be a minefield.
Totally, because perfume is so personal, right?
Absolutely. It's like an extension of someone's personality.
Exactly. And Anna makes this point that if you are going to gift a perfume, try to really think about the person's personality and match the fragrance to that.
Oh, I like that. So, it's not just picking a scent you like, but actually thinking about how it reflects the other person.
Right, it's like a thoughtful gesture.
Makes the gift so much more meaningful.
Yeah, she even gives this great example. She says if you're buying a perfume for someone who has like a rebellious spirit, a good choice might be Bandit by Robert Piguet.
Bandit. That's a pretty bold name. Kind of sets the tone right there.
Yeah, it definitely makes you curious about the scent.
It does. It makes you think, okay, what kind of person wears Bandit?
Right. And I think it makes us think about our own signature scents too and what kind of personality they might project.
That's interesting. I'm going to have to ponder that one.
Me too.
Yeah.
Another thing that Anna talks about that I think we've all done is the quick spritz and decide when we're testing perfumes.
Oh, yeah. Totally guilty of that.
Right. But she points out that we're really missing out when we do that
Right.
because perfume has those three layers, the top notes, the middle notes, and the base notes, and they unfold over time.
It's like a story that evolves throughout the day.
Yeah, it's like a scent journey.
And that quick sniff in the store, that's just giving you the very beginning.
The opening act.
Exactly. The real magic comes as those middle and base notes develop. That's when you get the full picture of the perfume.
So basically, patience is key when it comes to perfume testing.
Yeah, you got to give it time to breathe and see where it takes you.
Noted. I'm going to be much more mindful of that next time I'm at the perfume counter.
You'll be amazed at the nuances you might have missed before.
I bet. Now, Ina also delves into something that I think can be a bit of a sensitive topic, which is the idea of perfumes being specifically for men or women.
Yeah, that's a debate that's been going on for a while.
Right. And I think it's easy to get caught up in those marketing labels, seeing a perfume marketed as for her or for him. But like, aren't there some scents that are just naturally more masculine or feminine?
Well, I think it's true that certain ingredients have traditionally been associated with certain genders, like floral scents for women and woody scents for men.
Right, exactly.
But the thing is, perfumery is so much more than just those basic associations. It's about personal preference, it's about what smells good on you and how it makes you feel, and that goes beyond any kind of label.
That makes sense. So it's more about individual taste than anything else.
Exactly. It's like some people love spicy food and some people don't. It doesn't mean one is right or wrong. It's just a matter of personal preference.
Totally. And it's kind of like how some people gravitate towards certain colors or styles, regardless of what's trendy.
Yeah, great analogy.
Okay, now on to something a little less philosophical. Let's talk about application. I have a confession. I'm a total wrist rubber.
You and everyone else, I think.
Really? But Anna says we shouldn't do that.
Yeah, rubbing your wrists together after you spray perfume is actually a no-no.
Oh no, I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
It's a common mistake. The
Right.
thing is, the friction creates heat, and that heat can actually break down the delicate molecules in the perfume.
Oh, so you're basically altering the scent.
Exactly. You might not even be getting the true fragrance that the perfumer intended.
Okay, so wrist rubbing, officially banned. So what does Inna recommend instead? How are we supposed to apply perfume the right way?
She suggests misting the perfume on the back of your hands and your shoulders.
Interesting. Okay, so not directly on the wrists.
Right, and the idea is that this creates a sillage.
A what?
Sillage? It's the French word. It basically means the trail of scent that someone leaves behind them.
Ah, okay. So it's like you walk by and someone catches a whiff of your perfume even though you're not right next to them anymore?
Exactly. It's about leaving a subtle, elegant impression rather than an overpowering scent bomb.
Ooh, I like that. A subtle scent trail. I'm going to try that. Now let's talk about something I've always wondered about, the price of perfume. Why are some perfumes so expensive?
That's a great question, and it all comes down to the ingredients.
Okay, so like what goes into making a perfume?
Right, both the quality and the sourcing of the ingredients play a huge role. And it gives this really interesting example. She talks about natural lavender versus lavandin.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Well, natural lavender is a much more precious ingredient. It's harder to produce, and it results in a much richer, more complex aroma.
Ah, so it's like the gourmet version of lavender.
Exactly. Whereas lavandin is a hybrid, it's easier to grow, but the scent is sharper, more medicinal.
I see. So you really get what you pay for when it comes to those natural ingredients.
Absolutely. And that's why that tiny bottle of perfume can sometimes cost a small fortune.
Makes sense. Now, here's something else I've noticed. A lot of perfumes, even from different brands, they kind of end up smelling similar.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a certain sameness to a lot of mainstream perfumes.
Exactly. Why is that?
Well, it turns out that a lot of brands rely on these big manufacturers like Givaudan to create their fragrances.
Okay, so these are like giant perfume factories that supply lots of different brands.
Right. And because of that, a lot of perfumes end up sharing a similar DNA, so to speak.
Ah, so they're all coming from the same source.
Exactly, which can explain why they lack that unique character that you might find in a more independent perfume house.
That makes sense. So if you're looking for something truly unique, what's the alternative?
Well, Inna talks about niche perfumes, and she specifically highlights a brand called Byredo.
Burrito, I've heard of them. They're pretty high end, right?
They are, but they're known for creating fragrances that are both unique and wearable.
Okay, so it's not just about being different for the sake of being different. It's about creating something special that people will actually enjoy wearing.
Right, and what's really fascinating about niche perfumes is the role of the nose, the perfumer who creates the scent.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more about that.
Well, these perfumers, they're like artists. They're
Amazing. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. We've learned about the importance of matching perfume to someone's personality, the right way to test a perfume, and why some perfumes are so pricey.
We also debunked the myth of perfumes being just for men or women, explored the world of niche perfumes, and even got a glimpse into the art of perfumery.
Exactly. And to wrap things up, I have a little challenge for our listeners. Next time you encounter a perfume, don't just give it a quick sniff. Take the time to really experience it. See if you can identify the top notes, the middle notes, and the base notes.
Yeah, let that fragrance unfold on your skin, let it tell you its story,
And who knows, you might just discover your new signature scent.
or maybe even be inspired to create your own.
Exactly.